Today, thank you so much for joining us, Guilherme. Welcome to the conference.
Tenho. Hey. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Zeug, for this awesome presentation about DAOs. I feel like you answered like half of the questions everybody might have about my presentation. I'm here, obviously I'll be presenting Rootstock, but the reason is because I am a delegate, a recognized delegate at Rootstock Collective DAO. So it's kind of like the reason I'm here is because of a DAO as well, okay? Okay, so the title of my presentation is Sovereign Infrastructure, Programmable Bitcoin for network states. First of all, who am I? I'm a mechanical engineer by formation. I've been into Bitcoin mining. I fell in love by Web3 and DeFi since 2019 and never ever stopped doing it and continue doing to this day. Well, so Rootstock is not my main job. I'm a head of products at a tokenization and stablecoins company, Open Assets. It's not very well known, but it's the company behind Hadron by Tether. And I'm also, as I said, a recognized delegate at Rootstock Collective DAO, and that's why I'm here today. We have a friend, we have Kaf. Can you please stand up, Kaf, so everyone can see you? Kaf, along with me, is also a recognized delegate at Rootstock Collective DAO. He's gonna be here as a resident in IP Village for the full month. So he's available, guys. Speak with him, ask questions, get his help, okay? Thank you, Kaf. Okay, so we have a problem. Network states need some kind of financial, or we prefer crypto, right, for doing our financials, some kind of crypto infrastructure that no government can censor or shut down or confiscate. Nowadays, we've been happy to do this on Ethereum and Solana, but we can also do this on Bitcoin, right? Problem is Bitcoin alone cannot run a DAO, a DEX, Web3 or DeFi or borrowing lending. So that's why we have to put resources in place or workarounds in place to be able to do that. That's why Bitcoin has 1.3 trillion market cap, but only a very, very, very tiny portion of that is being put to work today, is in a DeFi, right? So we have a huge infrastructure gap there. Okay, so let's get to know what is Rootstock. Rootstock is the first and most resilient Bitcoin sidechain. It's live since 8 years ago. So if you think about it, it's almost half of the life of Bitcoin. It's fully EVM compatible. And it's secured by actual Bitcoin mining. Most people don't know that. Through a mechanism called merged mining. It was actually proposed by Satoshi Nakamoto himself. So it's not something crazy that someone invented. This was proposed by Satoshi very early on, and Rootstock implemented it 8 years ago. And it uses Bitcoin as a native token, so no shenanigans native tokens as well. So how does BTC move in and out of Rootstock? I'm gonna spare you of the complicated details because it's very well thought out and it's not the purpose today to explain everything. Just, I'm gonna say it's permissionless, open source, auditable, audited, and it has had 0 accidents since its inception 8 years ago. Peg in and peg out are permissionless, so anyone can interact with the smart contract, lock in their BTC on Bitcoin layer 1, and get RBTC in Rootstock blockchain. Permissionless and secured by actual Bitcoin proof of work and hardware verification. You can check all of that in Rootstock website. it explains everything very well detailed. Okay, so why sovereign communities? Why would you use a rootstock to do DeFi on nation states and sovereign communities? Well, I told you about merged mining already. So Rootstock is secured by almost 90% of Bitcoin's hash rate. To each their opinion. My opinion, my personal opinion is I take it as secure as Bitcoin. That's how I personally like to look at it. It has had 100% uptime since its launch, with never going down, no hacks, no accidents ever. It's fully open source, everything, there's smart contracts, the pegging logic, the hardware, wallets, everything. It has a below 1 minute block time, or below 30 seconds. It's not amazing if you compare with Solana, but it's actual proof of work, Bitcoin proof of work. So it's much less than 10 minutes, and that's quite amazing, I think. And as I said, no new token shenanigans. Native token is our BTC, which is actual BTC or one-to-one BTC peg, okay? And it has a thriving ecosystem with DEXs, lending, borrowing protocols, known stable coins like USDT, USDT0, USDC, USD RIF, which is a native stablecoin, and Dollar on Chain, which is interesting. It's a native stablecoin, BTC collateralized. So it's interesting. And it runs MetaMask and hardware wallets, supported by all the main exchanges. Okay, so that is like what is Rootstock. So let's talk about building on Rootstock. If you ever built on Ethereum, you can literally build on Rootstock today. It's EVM. There's more or less compatible EVMs. Rootstock is absolutely traditional compatible EVM. It supports everything we're used to, all the standards, the smart contracts, the environments, the script libraries, and it runs on MetaMask or compatible EVM wallets. It has all the token standards that are in use nowadays. ERC 4626, it's quite used nowadays, vault tokens. And also everything you would expect for developer environment, like the RPC, the CLI, testnet with Faucet, Bitcoin with test Bitcoins, and all the third-party integrations like Tenderly, the Graph, Fireblocks, and it has Rootstock named services, which is the human readable wallet naming, similar to ENS. Everybody knows what is ENS, right? We have RNS, which is exactly the same. So you can have named wallets on Rootstock. Okay, that was about my presentation. I only have 2 more slides. I think they are maybe, that was nice. That was so everybody like pays attention now. Thank you, Paloma. I have 2 more slides. I think they are maybe the most interesting ones. So if I can have special attention now. Okay, so let's say you want to build on Rootstock, but you're bootstrapped. I know how it is. I've had my own Web3 project. So how can you get supported, right? We have 2 funding paths, or, you know, more than 2, but let's group it on 2 funding paths. We have a DAO treasury, and we have grants for builder projects. Typically, grants go around $5,000 to $35,000. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very easy, but also it's hard to get a grant. What do I mean by that? You just need to have a full vision of your product, end to end. What is my product? What is the public? How it's going to happen? When it's going to happen? What is the solution, the problem it solves? If you have a vision for your product end to end, you can definitely, absolutely get a grant, okay, to cover everything you need. Building auditing, we know it's very expensive, and you never want to launch something on mainnet which is not audited, so you can get a grant for that. I said it's hard because if you don't have a full vision, like you just have an idea and a PowerPoint, you're not going to get a grant. I'll be honest with you. You have to apply, and then you're going to be answering questions for like 4 weeks. So save your time. If you have a full vision of a product, go in there, spend a month answering questions, and you get a grant, okay? We have a few other paths. We have the builder activation, which is once you have a project on Rootstock, you can just issue a vote on the DAO to be activated as a builder. And then stakers can delegate their staking, so you get actual Bitcoin rewards from stakers. So this is pretty nice. This is like an ongoing Bitcoin rewards. You just have to be a builder and have an interesting project. You're gonna get like small monthly Bitcoin rewards. And then there's the activator, which is like you can go in there and make small missions and get small rewards. But if you have a thoughtful project, a thoughtful product, consider applying for a grant. And there's also funding path number 2, which is the EP Village Build-a-thon. I hope we all know what it's about. So it's 20 days continuous hackathon. We're offering, or Rootstock is sponsoring $3,000 in awards for the Build-a-thon. So you just need to build your beautiful projects with vibe coding and AI agents. We just want functional prototypes built on Rootstock, real products, solving real problems to be used by real people or agents, maybe. Let's put it this way. Nowadays, maybe you're building something for agents, right? This is valid. So actual code, actual smart contracts. If you want to ship something, present it on May 1st on demo day. We're going to be here, me and Kaf, selecting the top projects. I think there's a synergy between both paths. This could be a first step before submitting for a grant application after EP Village is over, especially if you already do a strong prototype, you present a strong project for demo day. I think you have, a clear path towards in the future requesting a grant. That was kind of my last slide, so just to wrap it up, as I mentioned, Rootstock website is pretty nice. It has a lot of stuff. You can go rootstock.io/POWPEG to learn about the peg in and peg out. I don't like to call it a bridge. I think it's oversimplifying. But yeah, so how Bitcoin gets bridged in and out of Rootstock. This is really nice. Those 2 websites in there for developer material. The documentation is really nice, really, really nice. The website is beautiful. Even the visual identity, I think it's well thought out. Again, me and Kaf, we are there in the Rootstock Collective DAO webpage. You can reach us there. You can ask our WhatsApp. You can ask questions to us during this month in EP Village. Kaf is going to be more present than I. Usually on weekdays, I'll struggle a little bit because I have my other job. But I'll try to be present as much as possible. But Kaf is here in Jurerê for the full month, okay? So by all means, speak with him. You want to say a few words?
That's one thing.
Come here.
The name is wrong.
Oh!
Yeah. So
Okay.
You can find me on Telegram, it's Kaf Telegram. The Telegram is Kaf Telegram, and on Twitter I'm Kaf Crypto. So just
Okay.
this is a small detail.
So in summary, this is wrong. The ats in there are wrong. Just speak with him and get his contacts. Okay, so one last thing. Today is actually Kaf's birthday, is it? Okay, so please. I think maybe you can ask for a gift for everyone to, I don't know, maybe send awesome projects, awesome prototypes. If that's not too much to ask for the man's birthday, so please, by all means.
Wow, so if you love Caf, you have to give him a project for his birthday. I love it. No pressure. Let's open for some questions. We have a few minutes. Who would like to do a question? How old are you turning? I'm joking. Question, guys. No questions? There you go.
The DAO, man. I'm nervous. Nothing complicated, please.
No, I was gonna exactly ask how you guys vote. What's the decision making for approving a proposal? If I propose to the DAO I want a grant for this project, whom gets to choose if I get it or not, and how?
Okay, I was paying attention to your presentation, I think. We don't have any crazy mechanics like quadratic or weighting and whatnot. So it's just everything linear, one token, one vote. But maybe the only detail is we have the recognized delegates program. So like me and Kaf were like recognized delegates. We don't get more power, we don't get more weight, but a lot of people will delegate to us. So for, based on free will, we do have a lot of voting power. But just because a lot of people delegate to us. We have about maybe 8 recognized delegates. They don't get any special powers, just they get a lot of delegation. That's all.
That's nice, thank you.
But yeah, so I was enjoying when you were explaining delegation and all the other model. I was like, okay, so when I say I'm a delegate, people will understand.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Guilherme, for your time.